Evans. I'm the superintendent at Mountain View-Gotebo Schools.
And I'm Megan Rolland. I'm the education reporter for the Oklahoman. We're here talking today. I guess there was a pretty expensive oops in your school district this year. And
well, actually, let's clarify it so that people that are watching this don't think it was an oops that we made.
Yeah, absolutely.
We had April 13th, we found out that we were not going to receive $427,000 of general fund and $60,000 worth of building fund, which winds up being $487,000, due to a paper snafu and an argument between our county assessor and the state ad valorem tax division. We weren't placed in the ad valorem reimbursement fund to compensate our district for the money that is supposed to be derived from the wind turbine farm, Blue Canyon 2, in our district.
So let's go back. You learned last month it was that you weren't going to get about, almost $500,000 for your school district. What was that moment like, realizing that that money wasn't coming in, and how's your district going to deal with that?
Well, number one, you can't panic, because if you panic, you're going to lose all sense of reality and not be able to deal with what has to be done. What we did was we began the process. As soon as I found out, I began the process of discussing this with my board members. And I also discussed it with our attorney, and I discussed it with our accountant. And then we have a financial advisor that we've used, because I'm a first-year superintendent this year. And my financial advisor and my accountant said the same thing. They said, there is a fund that you may be able to get money out of at the State Department of Education to go in and pay you for this loss of ad valorem. What we did immediately was we immediately contacted the State Department of Education, and Renee McWaters at the State Department found the form for us.
Right.
We contacted Superintendent Barisi and Jennifer Carter, who is Superintendent Barisi's Chief of Staff, to fill them in on what we were doing, and we were told to get the materials there as fast as we possibly could.
But it wasn't quite fast enough, was it?
No. What we found was that fund that they thought was there is gone, and that's because of the budget cuts and the tight times that we've had over the past 10 years. It's just dwindled down.
Yeah.
So what we were going to try to do is we were going to try to go back in and refigure our state aid. The only problem was we found out about this April 13th. For us to have been able to do any kind of appeal on our state aid formula, we would have had to have found out about it before early December, which is really disconcerting to us, because we really feel strongly that the ad valorem tax division knew about this mess well before April 13th.
Right, because the deadline was June 15th of 2010.
Well, there's two different deadlines involved. There's the manufacturer's exemption, which I believe is March 15th.
Right.
And Blue Canyon is supposedly received that.
Okay.
But the actual ad valorem reimbursement fund form had to be filed by June 15th. Our former county assessor, who has retired, says that she turned it in, and I have no reason to believe her. But the ad valorem tax division says, well, we don't have the form, so what do you expect us to do?
Right.
And the most troubling thing is they lost a Kiowa County form 2 weeks ago, and our assessor fortunately had the foresight to have things documented. That's where the big fight comes down. There was no documentation from the ad valorem tax division to Kiowa County that they had received the proper form.
So you've tried several different avenues now to get this money back for the school district, and kind of to no avail. What is the last worst case scenario? What's the next step?
Well, we've gone through just about every format we can. We've solicited an Attorney General's opinion and have not received that yet. And we're making contact again today to try to see if we can't get that done. We've gone through the ad valorem tax division several times. I've spent probably 3 to 4 days up here at least talking to different people. We've talked to Blue Canyon LLC Division 2, which is the wind farm that is located in Kiowa County, to see if there's anything they'd be willing to do. We've talked to the district attorney for Kiowa County and Jackson County.
Right.
We were hoping that the insurance that Kiowa County carries would be able to pay this mistake. If it just paid us 90 cents on the dollar, that's better than what we've got right now, which is nothing. But we're not seeing that that is going to be able to pay because there was no fraud perpetrated. What there was a mistake made. Yeah. And there is no proof that it was from Kiowa County, but there's also no proof it was from the Ad Valorem Tax Division. So unfortunately, where we're headed right now is suing Kiowa County for the full amount of money.
And if you sue Kiowa County and you win and you get the money, where does that burden fall? Is that the taxpayers? Is that? Well,
that's where the where the discussion comes in, not the fight, but where the discussion comes in. And this is the option that we've tried to stay away from. We fought for a month and a half. I've probably could write you a book about ad valorem and how to figure it and how to handle it. We can't not sue the county. We have to. We don't have a choice. Right. But we also have the choice to sue the tax commission as well, because this is ridiculous. And this is someone digging in on a small rule and hanging on to something. We've been in this fund for 4 years. This is the 5th and final year that we're supposed to be in the ad valorem reimbursement fund.
Right.
They knew we were supposed to be in it. They didn't contact us. They didn't contact the county. They claim they did, but nobody called me. I could have gone in and I could have changed my state aid. Right. I could have petitioned in December to do this, or November, if we'd known this.
So now you're out about 25% of your annual budget.
Yes.
Is that about right? And so what does that mean for your students? What does that mean for your school?
Well, we've done a really good job of managing our money. My board is fantastic about working with me. My teachers and my students have really conserved everything they possibly can this year. I am so proud of my teachers and students for what they've done for us. My principal has done an excellent job of controlling money. What we're seeing right now is that we're going to probably have a carryover of between $175,000 to $220,000. It depends on how quickly our state aid money comes back from the State Department of Education. We've already ran our paychecks for the year,
right.
And after we ran our paychecks, it wasn't too shiny a picture, but you know, we knew the federal money was coming in, so we're claiming our federal monies, and we've already done all the claims for the rest of the year. We're just waiting on the money to come in.
Great. So it's not going to bankrupt the district, but it's probably going to be uncomfortable.
It's not going to bankrupt the district, but where this is going to fall is the reason we didn't want to sue the county as well. I mean, there are a lot of war veterans and a lot of older people in Hobart and in Snyder and in Lone Wolf and in Mountain View and in Gotebo and in Cowden and in Cooperton and in Roosevelt. And I don't want to see those people have to pay for something that the state has a fund for, and they need to turn loose of the money. Tommy Franks lives at Hobart. I don't really want to have to go tell Tommy Franks I need an extra $5 from him. Right. I respect you, General Franks, but I really don't want to have to do that. That is not a pleasant situation for anybody involved. And I really don't want to put my county commissioners in that position, because they've worked with us and they've tried to help us resolve this.
Right.
But we're just hitting a stone wall.
Great. Well, thank you so much for coming in and telling us a little bit about this sticky situation going on out there, and hopefully it'll get resolved for you guys some way.
Well, thank you, Megan, and we appreciate the opportunity to come visit with you.
You're welcome.